that we don't have a release date for you.
Yeah.
We don't know it, so we don't have it.
Yes, yes. So update 1.6 and Last Stand have been sent to first parties, so Microsoft and Sony, for submission, which means they're basically reviewing them, making sure that like they work fine and all of that. Until we get a confirmation and a go from them, we cannot release them. So that's where we are now.
Exactly. I mean, it's easier with Uplay because we literally just go over there and like go, guys, can we do it?
So basically what happened is that after the PTS closed, we kept working on it a bit. We like did some bug fixing and some like final tweaks and final adjustments. So that took some days. Then we created a final build, sent this build, first tested it internally, build is good. Now we send it to first parties, they review it. And once they give the go, then we can roll it out.
Maintenance this morning. What happened there? I mean, it seemed pretty standard, right?
Yeah, it was just a very basic maintenance, doing some data dump and these kind of things. But yeah, nothing, no game changes, no tweaks, nothing.
It's one of those days where we're just like you guys, sitting and waiting. What changes will we have between PTS4 and when people finally experience the live version of 1.6 and Last Stand?
There shouldn't be much changes. So it's mostly update 1.6 and Last Stand is going to be mostly what you experienced on PTS4. PTS4, yeah, for those of you that could play on the PTS. So we have a few, some more bug fixing, a few final tweaks. We did something about, the Deadeye and all that, which were the final things that showed up at the end of the PTS.
Cool.
But apart from that, it's going to be in terms of balancing and all that, it's going to be very much the same as PTS4.
Yep.
No big changes.
Someone said, and I want to acknowledge this, yay, 5 million views. I agree, but that was sarcastic because you're saying, please, who gives a shit about the medkit delay? We do. And that's one of the things that, I think I wrote it down in there, that we're investigating. Lots of reports of lag from the community. We've seen it. We've experienced it. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that that is addressed. Yeah. And a lot of the conversations we've been having in the office have been surrounding that. So I've been running upstairs and what's going on, what's going on? So we are aware that server performance and lag, affects things like medkits and healing and a lot of things. Yeah. We know.
Tell us an estimate of when the update might drop. No, and I will tell you why we will not give you.
Oh, you made him angry.
No, because
snap.
No.
I'm going to tell you what's happening.
I'm going to
tell. And here's why.
No. No, the reason why we are not giving you an estimate is that because we know how these things go. If we give you an estimate now and we're like, hey, we think the update may drop at this, during this time frame, first it's going to go out there as confirmed, update is going to be this date, and then if it turns out that it takes longer, we're going to be like, no, actually it's taking longer, and you're going to be like, oh, why are you delaying the update and all of that. So we'd rather not. So right now we don't know. Again, we are not in control of it anymore. It's in submission, so when we have an answer and when we know if we're good to go, then we will let you know.
That's what I was going to ask. Deadeye, since you brought it up and didn't explain what the hell you were talking about.
I see people, Deadeye,
what the hell,
rip Deadeye.
Yes.
Yeah, so no, there was the issue with Deadeye, or the issue that appeared lately in the PTS, especially if you would use Deadeye and the SVD or some high rate of fire sniper rifles. And if you use them with the scope, is it the red dot scope, that doesn't actually zoom, but you would still get the Deadeye bonus because you're considered as zoomed in, and therefore you wouldn't get the penalty of actually zooming in. So you could just move around and just shoot everything with constant crit. So now we are changing the Deadeye so it only works with scopes that actually zoom.
Yeah, they had the scope overlay, so things like the ACOG and the 12 times and the 15 times. And
so no, it won't work anymore with the red dot, for example.
So I see a lot in chat people saying that Deadeye is now useless. I would disagree, and people saying rip snipers, all that sort of thing. I mean, I 100% disagree. The thing is, the way people were using Deadeye with an SVD in particular, it wasn't even a sniper anymore. So I politely disagree. I think it's still going to be very, very powerful with those zoom scopes, but you'll have to play it like it would be a sniper rather than just a, You know what I mean. I see a lot of people also asking about and it's not just now, but a lot of the streams I've been doing recently, be like, what's happening after Last Stand? All those sorts of things. I mean, I know that people probably think, I was playing a holiday. That's
Oh yeah, no, we're done. And then
No,
we're like closing
See ya.
it, and we're like, no, see you. No,
delete channel.
no. And we mentioned it, but I don't think a lot of people saw that. It was in a dev blog 1.6 dev blog, Peter. Yeah. But yes, we will keep updating the game after Last Stand. It doesn't end there. Now, as to what and like what content, what updates, and all of that, we will give you all the details later on that. But yes, we are not done with the game. So
Yes.
there will be more updates, that's for sure.
Good. I wanted to talk a little bit about preparation for 1.6 because
Okay.
there's a few things to go through. Still, people don't seem to know that it's coming on all platforms at the same time, pending a disaster. But that's there's not the exclusivity like there was before. So all platforms at the same time. And one of the things that I keep getting asked, will weekly caches reward exotics in 1.6? Yes.
Yes, there will.
Save your weekly assignment caches. Do not open them just yet. SMG change applied to Legacy/Current. It will be retroactive, right?
So it applies to all SMGs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Legacy ones will stay, and everything else will revert back
and
to
they
quick
might
chance.
they might have their value re-rolled to be on par with all the new values, but yeah, it's completely retroactive. There is a serious talk to have regarding skill power and skill changes. Yes, because there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of people saying and thinking that we've like nerfed skill power to the ground and that like we've killed skills and skill use and all of that. This is definitely not our intention. This is definitely not what we did with the update 1.6. The idea is that we want to make sure to reward people who invest in skill power by giving them powerful skills. And if you are a skill power user, like a very heavy skill power user in 1.5 versus 1.6, your skills are going to be more powerful in 1.6. So we haven't killed skill power or whatever. What we have done, though, is change the reward ratio you get for it, which means that if you don't invest in skill powers, yes, your skills are not going to be as good as they used to be in 1.5.
Yes.
But we need to have this kind of progression to make sure that you have this feeling of, okay, I invested in electronics, I invested in skill power, and therefore my skills are actually really obviously getting better at that. What that means is that for those that don't have high skill power, it might be a bit harder for them. It might change a bit the way they have to play the game. But this is fine. This is like, we would never want that skills are like always useful and always good, even if you don't invest anything in that. That's not how it should be. If you have like a balanced build, you should be okay at a bit of everything, but you should never like completely be relying on your skills more than you have to rely on your gun.
Yeah, you still have to shoot stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, because it is one of those games where you shoot things.
Yes.
So,
and I know that there's discussion about the cooldown. Obviously, that's because we made skill power like you have more powerful skills. But yes, you get the cooldowns have been changed, so the skill power doesn't have as much of an impact on cooldown. First, yes, make sure to invest in skill haste because it's a very relevant bonus now. But also, when everybody can just run around with 5-second cooldowns, then that's just also not fun. That's just also not the way the game is meant to be played. So
there you go. Yannick laying on the truth.
And I know that people now are going to quote me and say, oh, I said the way the game is meant to be played, and they want to force us to play the way they want, and things like that.
There you go.
Probably. But no, it's just, you need to invest to really get good cooldowns and good skills. And like, again, the idea is that if you are a support player, if you are a skill power, like, and you put everything in skill power, you should be different from the other ones that don't do that. And the difference shouldn't be just a matter of like a few seconds difference cooldown or a few just 1,000 damage.
Yeah, someone was also saying, and I think this is a little bit of a misunderstanding, that destructive as a talent will be useless in PvP now. That's not true. People still have armor.
Yeah, people
and
still have
destructive
armor.
still applies to that armor.
Yes.
It may be less powerful, but it was very, very powerful before, but it is still a very, very, very good talent. The level 34 extended magazine crafting bug is fixed in 1.6.
Yeah.
That won't retroactively apply to things that have been crafted using that recipe, correct? We need to double check that, but I don't think so. It's unlikely.
No, I think you'll have to.
No, you'll have to recraft.
Yeah.
But level 34 extended magazine crafting blueprint will give you the appropriate values. All right, we're out. Enjoy the overture.
All right.
We'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a good one, and get ready for 1.6, because there's still time to prepare. Use your time wisely. Later.
See you.